Hello, everyone. Welcome to Castlewood City. What's up, everybody? What's up? I've been missing y'all. I've been missing y'all a lot, but let's go to Cape Town, to the Cape Town Magistrates Court, which kind of like took place about 2 days ago, where Chidimma Adetshina's mother appeared in court. Remember, in her last appearance in court earlier this month, she applied that some of her bail conditions be relaxed. And like we've predicted in our last video, and we said, well, in South Africa, things just happen very well for our visitors. But if it was a South African citizen who asked for this, they would have been denied. But it is what it is. So we shall be making some predictions later in this video. But let's read this article from Premium Times. It's a Nigerian newspaper. Well, to verify, all other South African newspapers say the same story, so it is credible. Because I know I said Nigerian, you'll be like, no, even South African newspapers have covered this. So here's the headline from the Premium Times, Nigerian newspaper. Court relaxes bail conditions for Miss Universe Nigeria, Chidimma Adetshina's mother. The mother of former Miss South Africa finalist Chidimma Adetshina has been under strict house arrest since February. The article was published on the 15th, which was yesterday. What's the date today? Today's the 16th, yes. And it is by Omotoyosi Adau. All right. And it reads, a South African magistrate court, of course, the Cape Town Magistrate Court, has lifted bail conditions for Annabella Rungo, mother of Miss Universe Nigeria, Chidimma Adetshina, and removed her strict house arrest order. Premium Times reported the South African Magistrates Court's decision on 28 February 2025 to put Mrs. Rungo on house arrest as part of her bail requirements, allowing her to leave home only for her legal case. South African news site EWN, which is Eyewitness News, said the Mozambican national had her bail conditions relaxed on Wednesday by a magistrate court in Cape Town. However, the South African government continues to charge her with identity theft and immigration fraud. The Cape Town magistrates ruled that Miss Universe's mother, Miss Universe's, like really? She's not Miss Universe. She's the first runner-up. But it's Nigerian newspaper, neither I remind you, who has been under house arrest since February, can leave her home, but must observe a 9 p.m. curfew. 9 p.m., isn't that too late? I know that the Thabo Bester's crew, they have to report at 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. Urungo, 9 p.m.? Aye, people. I gag off it. The court ruling also permitted her to attend other legal proceedings that were different from her case. Okay. Background. Miss Rungo was initially arrested on 15 February for allegedly identity fraud and immigration law violations. The South African government ordered her to remain in South Africa despite revoking her documents in September 2024, of which in November she traveled to Nigeria to watch Chidimma. In fact, not in November, on the 31st of August. That's like maybe 10 days after Miss South Africa. She traveled to Nigeria to watch her daughter get crowned as Miss Universe Nigeria. All right, let's continue. Over suspicions of illegal acquisition, a crime that reportedly dates back to 2001. The 53-year-old, she's 46, not 53. The 53-year-old now faces charges under the South African Immigration and Identification Act for unlawfully acquiring documents, and living in the country. Since her arrest in February, the South African Department of Home Affairs has prohibited her from applying for permanent residency while her case remains open. Before the court hearing on Wednesday, both Rungo and the state hired new legal counsels during the adjournment period for both sides to prepare. According to Stephanie Dabandi, the state's independent immigration lawyer, the Cape Town Magistrates Court handles Ms. Rungo's fraud matter. At the same time, Home Affairs is responsible for addressing her immigration status. Mrs. Dabandi hinted that if Ms. Rungo is found guilty, her conviction could result in imprisonment under the South African government. The court, however, adjourned the case to 12th September, where she is expected to have another court appearance. So now we are in May, so we're going to go June, July, August. In 4 months' time, she will be long gone from South Africa. If your curfew is 9 p.m., like really? That is like, ma'am, take every second of every opportunity you get to get out of here. And that's exactly what she's going to do. I mean, history is literally repeating itself. And we're supposed to learn from history, right? How come South Africans, we just never learn? But then again, we must not blame this magistrate for coming to this conclusion, because this magistrate has said time and again that this case is half-baked. So since the case is half-baked, obviously she is going to get away with every application that she makes. The only application now that she can boldly go for is for her acquittal altogether. And as a matter of fact, she even might go as far as making an application to become a full resident of South Africa, meaning a citizen of South Africa, therefore automatically making Chidimma Adetshina a full South African citizen by the way things are going right now. Why doesn't the National Prosecuting Authority never learns a lesson? At the end of the day, it leaves South Africans with egg on our faces. It just doesn't make sense, guys. You know, when you're jumping on a thing because you want to prove to the people of South Africa that you are listening to them, listen to us, yes. But when you do that, you must also follow due diligence so that you do not create loopholes. Like the loopholes that Annabella Rungo's lawyer is finding. Very smart lawyer, I must say. There are so many discrepancies, and he is tearing them apart to open this loophole wide open, even for her to, I don't know, maybe the next application is to say, she's actually applying to be deported with the expense of South Africa. Her daughter lives in Nigeria, and what's the logical thing to do is to move to Nigeria so that Adetshina, what's her name, Chidimma, is closer to her son, a child. You know, I'm predicting those things are going to happen, but definitely if she doesn't follow that route, then she's out of here, like gone. MIA, and you can put as many warrants of arrest as you want. She ain't coming back. I mean, look what we are currently fighting for. Bushiri and the Guptas and everyone else that ran away from South Africa, and we're trying to get them back to the justice system. They ain't coming. They ain't coming. But yeah, guys, I thought let me let you know what happened 2 days ago, which was on Wednesday, when Annabella Rungo appeared in the Cape Town Magistrates Court to have her bail conditions relaxed. So now, of course, there's a precedent, and I think Thabo Baxter's accused 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. They might want to extend it as well to 9 p.m. because, I mean, 6 p.m. that's when South Africa becomes alive, you know. Anyways, guys, please don't leave the video without liking, sharing, commenting, and subscribing, and I'll see you later. Goodbye.